energy opens with a clearing flame fire signs. You've been carrying too many voices in your mind, too many imagined outcomes, clouding your intuition. The Seven of Cups, reversed, speaks of confusion lifting. You're seeing things as they are, not as you wish them to be. This week begins with truth, unfiltered, unvarnished, undeniable. Spirit says you no longer need illusion to feel safe. The fog you once called potential was only delay. Now clarity ignites. You know who's genuine and who's draining your flame. The Three of Swords cuts through lingering pain from words unspoken or trust misplaced. Some of you may still feel the echo of disappointment, a betrayal, silence, or emotional distance, yet Spirit reminds you this pain isn't punishment, it's purification. You're being reminded of how much your heart can hold, how much love you're capable of without breaking. Each sword piercing that heart is actually a beam of light carving space for truth to live. The storm that once raged inside you is losing power because you're no longer feeding it. You're acknowledging the wound, and that acknowledgement is healing. The Three of Pentacles reversed reveals a breakdown in collaboration or communication. Perhaps you've been carrying most of the weight in relationships, work partnerships, or creative collaborations. You've tried to build something with those who didn't match your integrity or effort. The structure wobbled because it wasn't balanced. Spirit says it's not your job to hold the roof together alone. You've learned that shared visions require shared responsibility. When one stops showing up, the energy collapses, and that collapse was protection, not loss. The Knight of Pentacles, reversed, mirrors this slowdown. What once felt consistent now feels stagnant. You may have noticed delays in progress, plans stalled, messages unanswered, results slower than expected. Spirit whispers the pause was necessary for recalibration. You are moving diligently, but in a direction that no longer aligns with your evolution. You're being redirected to action born from passion, not obligation. Fire signs thrive when motion comes from inspiration. It's time to stop overanalyzing and start reigniting your instinct. The Two of Wands reminds you that a new path is forming, one that invites you to think beyond your comfort zone. You've planted seeds. Now Spirit asks you to lift your gaze and visualize expansion. You may feel the tension between safety and potential, between what you know and what you desire. Spirit says, vision without faith is fantasy. Faith without action is idle fire. You are standing at the threshold of manifestation. The world isn't asking you to choose perfectly, only to move authentically. You don't have to have every answer. You just have to take the first step lit by intuition. The Five of Swords signals a need to release conflict energy, both external and internal. You may be replaying conversations in your mind, trying to prove your point or defend your worth. Spirit interrupts that cycle with compassion. You don't win peace through argument. You preserve it through detachment. The need to be right has no place in this next chapter. Instead, your strength lies in your calm. Some people misunderstand silence as surrender, but your quiet is sacred strategy. The most powerful fire is the one that burns steadily, not the one that flares and fades. The Six of Wands reversed reflects a moment where recognition feels overdue. Perhaps your efforts have gone unnoticed, your victories uncelebrated. Spirit assures you validation is delayed, not denied. The world is catching up to the frequency you've already risen into. This card reminds you that ego and essence are not the same. You don't need the applause to know you're winning. You've already won every time you chose growth over gossip, healing over hostility, purpose over performance. Then comes the Ace of Cups, reversed emotional overwhelm, or love that feels withheld. There's been a pattern of pouring from an empty cup. You've offered empathy to those who refused to fill their own. Spirit says, you cannot water roots that refuse sunlight. You are learning emotional boundaries, not as walls, but as sacred rivers guiding where energy can and cannot flow. This reversal marks emotional renewal through self-respect. When you refill your cup first, love flows naturally again, not forcefully. The devil reversed burns away attachment and illusion. This is liberation in motion. You are breaking the last karmic link that tethered you to fear, shame, or obsession. It could be a toxic relationship, addictive habit, or self-defeating thought pattern. Spirit says, you've already unlocked the chains. Stop holding them like jewelry. The reversal reminds you that power returns once you stop seeking permission to use it. Every limitation that used to define you was only a temporary reflection of your unhealed story. That story is no longer yours. You're writing a new one in real time. Finally, the Ten of Wands completes the spread with the weight of responsibility. You've carried everyone's expectations: healer, provider, leader, empath, motivator. And yet Spirit whispers, you don't have to prove strength through exhaustion. This card is your cue to delegate, release, and restructure. You've proven your endurance. Now it's time to prove your trust. Trust that letting go doesn't mean losing. It means allowing others to rise. You cannot ascend if your hands are full of what's heavy and outdated. Together, these 10 cards tell a story of transformation through release. Fire signs. You are the phoenix mid-flight, not rising from ashes, but choosing what to burn before it consumes you. The confusion of the Seven of Cups, reversed, and the heartbreak of the Three of Swords become your forge. Every reversed card here, from the Knight of Pentacles to the Devil, is proof that what once hindered you now humbles you into alignment. Spirit is clearing your energetic space for the new moon cycle that begins this week. In love, this spread reflects clarity after chaos. Someone who once mirrored your pain may now feel your peace, and it unsettles them. They're realizing your absence was their awakening. Spirit says, you are not meant to chase closure. You are meant to embody it. Expect communication to shift, not from apology, but from understanding. The energetic distance between you and another soul has been a teacher, not a punishment. For some, this week brings reconnection through truth. For others, it brings a final goodbye that feels like grace. In career or purpose, your work is being purified. Misaligned partnerships dissolve so that divine purpose can rebuild on stable ground. The reversed Three of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles remind you that sustainable progress grows from passion and patience, not pressure. Financial stability returns once you stop negotiating your worth. Fire signs create abundance when they create authentically. Your next success story comes through inspiration, not imitation. Spirit's message for your soul. You are learning that surrender is the highest form of strength. Each reversal is a sacred pause, not a punishment. Every delay, rejection, or detour was divine timing, redirecting you toward purpose. Spirit says, you were never off track. You were gathering wisdom. You were never forgotten. You were being refined. You are no longer the flame flickering for attention. You are the fire that illuminates without apology. Close your eyes for a moment. Visualize a small ember in your chest. It glows golden orange, pulsing with rhythm. Breathe in deeply. Feel that light expand through your ribs, your shoulders, your spine. Exhale slowly and imagine everything that no longer aligns falling away, the burden, the guilt, the fear of being too much or not enough. Repeat silently. I honor endings as sacred beginnings. I release what is heavy so that I can rise. My fire creates. It no longer consumes. As you settle into this truth, Spirit leaves you with this affirmation. I am the alchemist of my own transformation. What once burned me now fuels my light. Your soul is entering a new phase of visibility and peace. The fire that once demanded attention now radiates from within. Comment your fire sign below Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius and affirm, I release what is heavy and rise renewed. Like, subscribe, and share to keep this collective flame alive. Your engagement expands sacred lunar alignment and ensures more divine messages reach those who need them most.